Welcome to the T List podcast. And this is where we talk about the things we think, but don't say out loud. I'm your girl, the TLQ T List Queen. And today we're getting into something that brings out opinions, debates, and sometimes arguments. Let's be real, right? The game has changed. From who pays on the first date to whether a man should already have it together, to the pressure on successful women to dim their light, money has become the core conversation in the dating world. And while love is free, well, it should be, dinner surely isn't. And it is expensive when you're paying for two. So let's unpack it, right? Is it wrong to want financial security? Are we expecting too much? Or just asking men to match the energy we bring? And what happens when the numbers don't align, but the connection does? Let's start with social media. We need to be able to differentiate between reality and social media. Okay. We need to learn to limit our screen times as well. Okay. Because there's this mismatch that social media is feeding us heavy, high demands, low discipline. Okay. You want a soft life. I feel you. I respect it. You want a man to pay for your dates, vacations, nails, hair, eyebrows. I got it. But are you managing your own money? Are you living within your means or within the aesthetics? Because one thing I've learned, asking for something you can't maintain on your own builds resentment. You become dependent, not discerning. And that's not soft life, baby girl. That's survival masked as luxury. Financial peace starts with you, not him. So I'm going to ask you, are your standards rooted in reality or in resentment? Is it fair to want financial security in a partner if you're still figuring it out yourself? And how many of us are silently disqualifying people because they don't meet a lifestyle we don't live yet? Let's talk about it because a lot of you want a man to pay the mortgage, but your name is not even on a lease. No shade. I'm just saying. Let's flip the script. If you are the one with the higher income, can you handle dating a man who makes less? I know some of you are like, yes, as long as he's motivated. That sounds good, right? But let's be honest. When that man starts setting boundaries on your spending or says no because he's budgeting, will you still respect him? A man's income doesn't determine his worth, but your reaction to his limits might reveal yours. You can't say you're okay with it, but then emasculate him when it's time to split a trip or cover dinner. I love going on vacations. That's like one of my things. And especially in the wintertime, right? Like my birthday is in February. I'm forever usually away for my birthday. What I wouldn't do is expect my man to cover the entire trip. And in the times we're living in right now, everything is expensive. Maybe it's just me, but I'm okay with splitting that trip. And I'm also okay with covering dinner in a relationship. I think it is very important that we spoil each other, we treat each other here and there. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to be treated and pampered and spoiled just as much. But I'm also going to pamper, cater, and spoil my man. I think that a lot of women are the ones that want to receive all the time but don't want to give. He's human, ladies. Like, we cannot just keep expecting him to pay for everything. What are we giving in return? I think it's a-okay splitting a trip. I think it is okay for your man to want to, pay for your nails here and there, but don't make it an expectation. Like, don't expect your man to be a financial plan. Like, he should never be a financial plan. We should already come correct and ready to take care of what we can on our own. So I have a real question, you know, is financial compatibility a love language? We talk about love languages all the time, right? Words of affirmation, acts of service, blah, 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 blah. But let's add this one, financial compatibility. Okay? And let me define that for you. This means you don't look down on how someone chooses to spend their own money. You understand their values, not just their salary. And the last one is you align on goals, not just vibes. You might both make money, and I love that for you guys. But if one is saving for a house and the other one is chasing a pair of Jordans, that's not alignment. That's an argument waiting to happen. Now, let's get into the dark side. This is also a scenario, right? When the person when the person with money uses it as control. So a woman might say, "Yes, I'm okay with making more than my man." But then you emasculate him every time and remind him that you make more money. That's not cool. And then there are men too that use it as leverage, right? When they're like, "You wouldn't have this lifestyle without me. I paid for dinner, so I expect you fill in the blank, or even you owe me." This is why I always make sure I come with my own. I am never looking at a date for a free meal. I'm not starving. I could feed myself. Thank God. God is good, right? And I'm able to take care of my own. So I'm not expecting my man to come in and pay for my nails, um, or my eyebrows because I don't really do like the lashes. So lucky for my man, right? He wouldn't have to worry about that. And I do my own hair. Yeah, I'm very simple. Like simplicity is my middle name. So I'm not gonna expect you to pay for my nails. I could pay for my nails on my own. A lot of you are in financial arrangements, not relationships. Okay. If money is the only reason why you're staying, this girl, that's not security. That's survival dressed up in designer. So if you're the one with the money, are you using it to love or leverage? Real question. Here's what we don't do enough of. We don't talk about money early. And you're probably like, what? Yes, I think we should talk about money early on, then wait. And then it becomes a whole big issue. I believe the earlier, the better. Okay. And I'm not just talking about what you do for work, I'm talking about how do you manage your money? Are you in debt? Do you believe in 50-50 or traditional roles? This is what I'm talking about. If that feels deep too soon, ask yourself, would you rather be uncomfortable now or heartbroken later? Seriously, ask yourself that question. I don't think it's too soon to talk about finances with your partner because money issues are a leading cause of breakups. And most of them could have been avoided with one honest conversation. I strongly believe that we need to start having these conversations sooner than later before we end up in a situation we did not want because we were afraid of having these uncomfortable conversations. Have those uncomfortable conversations so you know if this is even a fit for you or not. Women, please don't go looking for a man to take care of you financially. And if you are, please make sure you are a traditional woman because if that man is that provider, you are there to take care of the household. And that means cooking, cleaning, taking care of your kids. So I'm A-okay with a woman saying she wants a provider, but make sure you come correct as a traditional woman. Because a lot of women now, they want men. I need my man to pay for my nails, my hair, my eyebrows, my eyelashes, but you're not willing to cook. I don't understand. You want a man to be the provider. You want him to be traditional, but you want to be modern. You can't have both worlds. And I think that's where a lot of the misconception is coming from. Women want these men to be financially stable and have all of this money, but then they don't want to be the traditional woman. That is, by definition, a traditional relationship. A man that provides, a woman takes care of the house. Please think about that before you say you need a man to take care of you financially. And I understand we all want comfort, we all want ease and stability. But before you ask someone to provide it, make sure you're doing it on your own already. Don't ask for a man who can afford a lifestyle you haven't created for yourself. And don't lower your standards out of fear. Just make sure they're yours not TikToks. TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media account you have, don't believe don't believe the hype. People post what they want you to see. They're not showing you what's going on behind closed doors. This is why I always say you should never want someone's life. Don't know what they're going through. Yeah, you might see that this woman's man is like out there buying her Louis Vuitton and all the Gucci in the world, taking her on trips. That is all seems nice, right? How is he treating her? Is he emotionally available? Is he intentional? Is he consistent? Is he using that as leverage? Like, we should never want someone else's life because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I know what is for me will be for me. People post what they want you to see. That is not reality. So we need to be able to differentiate between reality and likes. Because at the end of the day, money does not guarantee love. But misalignment about money, that guarantees problem. Let's talk. Would you date someone who earns less than you? Should a man always pay? Or is 50-50 the new norm? Have you ever ended things over money? Sound off in the comments or DM me your story for a future episode. And if you love this conversation and you're not subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. Share this in the group chat and let's keep it real together. Till next time, guys, stay honest, stay evolving, and stay on budget. Until next time, bye, guys.